Welcome, Jennifer Farmer here, just to bring you some insights for the month of June. If you're new to my page or my email, welcome. I hope you're here to learn more about the spirit world, learn to connect to your guides, your loved ones, and to feel the beautiful energy that comes along with working in our spiritual realm. All right, so let's talk about this month. There's some great energy this month to help you bring balance in your life. This month, we have the sixth month, which is perfect for balance and harmony. So, what I would say is look in your areas in your life. Where are you out of balance? And you'll usually know that because of how you're feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, not being recognized. Maybe you've given too much energy out to helping others and haven't taken care of yourself. So, this allows us this month, there's so many great things about this particular energy in the 6th of for June. One is home. Do you feel safe and at home in yourself? Are you in a space where your relationships, do you love and support yourself? Have you forgiven yourself and letting go of regrets? This is where we're looking at relationships. And do you know how to get your needs met? This is a month that we have opportunities that we can do this with more fulfillment, right? Which means we may have opportunities that remind us that we're out of balance. Health issues can come up. And when that does, is we look at what are we out of balance in? Are we overworking ourselves? Are we putting too much pressure on ourselves? This is a time where we begin to step back, begin to honor the spiritual being that we are, the physical being that we are, and the vulnerability of who we are as children of spirit. We all want to be wanted, needed, and loved. And a lot of this month's energy gives us opportunities to love others, to be of love and service to others, and give with a happy heart. But we want to make sure we're doing that from a space of giving with a happy heart, not out of obligation. Why? Because obligation isn't love. So if you're, and sometimes that's what we know, right? This is where if you've come from a dysfunctional home or dysfunctional family, which if you're in my generation, that's probably most of us, or a majority of it, I'll just say that. It's a time that at this point in our lives, we are in transformation and we should be looking at our past and beginning to see where we can do better at self-love and acceptance, forgiving ourselves for what we did or didn't do, and giving ourselves a break and allowing ourselves a chance to breathe and begin to learn how to ask for the space that we need to be quiet, for for the massage that we need to relieve tension, for the spiritual help that we ask archangels to work with us, to inspire us, to work with our soul, to help our soul come out more forward. So, yes, it's a busy month. Okay. So I got some keywords for you. Right. So, first of all, it is a month that we can call in the angels. Why is it this month? Because the angels know that human relationships, which improving relationships is our goal this month, improving our relationships with ourselves and our relationships with others, which means if we're calling in sort of the spiritual values that make us see our truest selves from love and not force. We want to embody compassion for ourselves and have empathy for ourselves and let ourselves be lovable within ourselves, love ourselves even when we make mistakes, when we fall short of our goals. We look at those as opportunities on what did we learn from it and what can we do better? You see? It's also a time if we're having problems with relationships. We don't have good communication, or we've gotten complacent with communicating our love and affection for either, or you've just gotten a habit of fighting and arguing, or your grief is so bad from a loss you just completely shut down. What I would say is we want to be surrounded. The goal is to surround ourselves. We love ourselves enough to surround ourselves with people that love and support us. And we have a group of intimate friends and family. Some can't safely do that with family, but we have surrounded ourselves with loving friends who see us as, see the best in us. It's kind of like our dog is our best friend, like sees the best in us, even when we fall short, right? So this month, it is a spiritual month, where can we bring the spiritual values of compassion and love and kindness? And the true lesson is, do we do that for ourselves first? And then can we give it to others? This is where we begin to let go of judgments and we begin to give ourselves a chance to change. And that's the other piece for this month, as we have the universal energy of this month is the 5. And the 5 energy we get from the 2024 year, which is the 8 plus the 6 equals 14 equals 5. That energy of the 5 allows us to change. It gives us the freedom. Think about freedom. I want freedom from obligation. I want freedom from low self-esteem. I want freedom from feeling like my life is not my own. I want freedom from grief, but I still want to love my loved ones. You see? And so we can take the energy of this month. And I love humans. We are complicated beings, and I love how complex we are. We can love, and we get the power of choice. And that's such an important gift that we have as, children of spirit, is that we do get to choose our and sometimes with awareness, we realize we've made some bad choices. So this month allows us to change. And the truest expression is to be in balance, give and take in relationships, asking for your needs to be met, knowing that, you can't ask people to read your mind. Sometimes we have to learn to ask for our needs to be met, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. This is an important month that if you're having a physical issue, there's usually an emotional issue underneath it. So if you are having a physical issue, I'm going to encourage you to kind of drill down a little bit, is what was going on before? Or have you gone through a recent change? Or has there been something worrying you? Has there been some sort of negativity and some negative thoughts or experiences that have happened to you or you've brought on to yourself? And can you release those and allow your body to heal and begin to look at yourself as a beautiful human being full of lots of opportunities to grow and expand? There's no pass or fail. It's all about growth, right? There's no good enough or bad enough. It's just you are a beautiful human, and you are, right? You're lovable in every form, right? Divine love is always granted to you, learning how to receive it. And that's the other piece. When we are in this energy, we become, we want to be balanced in giving and taking, which means, do you give so much that you don't know how to receive? Okay. Somebody says, you look beautiful today. Do you say thank you? Do you, are you open for compliments? Are you open for attaboys? And if you're in a place where you are out of balance because you're angry or frustrated, or the person, place, or thing, can you pause and step back and say, I love myself enough to not carry this as a way to motivate me to change or to feel powerful, but what can I change with the help of spirit? How can I change my thoughts, my beliefs? How can I let go of negativity within myself that I bring about myself or that I hold upon myself, and my expectations of others, right? So kind of think through this for a minute. Now, because we are dealing with relationships, sometimes we are dealing with grief of loved ones that have passed. And it's a great time for us to work on those relationships in the spirit world that need some healing. And if so, invite Archangel Azrael to come in, bridge that connection between you and that loved one that you have mixed feelings about, and ask for peace and healing between you two. And begin to find, see the good in all, see the not so good in all, but see it all through the eyes of love, right? And begin to work with this. Now, you can also invite angels, because it is an angelic month. We can invite angels in our life more on a daily basis and begin to see what our life would look like with them and what our life feels like without doing that. And my experience is when we invite the spirit realm to work with us, whether it's I'm making a career decision, I'm healing grief, I'm deciding if I'm going to be in this relationship or not, or whether I'm going to move, right? When we invite spirit in, whether it be God, angels, our guides, we feel more powerful in trusting that we are not in this world alone. So I would encourage you to work with angels this month. So I've got a little note for you, right? So if you're going to work, and this is some things I offer in some of my other classes, but I thought I'd share it with you. So Gabriel will give you strength, right? So, and it will help you with clear communication. Archangel Gabriel. All right. Let me grab my other notes. Sorry, I got it. I'm backwards here on my notes. So, Gabriel, if you are having problems with communication with your loved ones or with your clients, or you're just in a not so great place, invite Gabriel to give you the strength to have conversations that you need to have and to see the best in yourself and the strength to pursue your goals. Okay. Gabriel can help you with that. Second one is, give me a second. Let me grab, because I don't have them all memorized. I know them, but I like to give you all. If you're in a healing situation, let's go ahead and bring Archangel Raphael. Invite Archangel in every night before you go to bed to heal your mind, your physical body, to help you see the emotional piece to that and to help you heal that emotional piece, because your body is telling you something is out of balance. Okay. Now, Raphael's great for travelers. So if you've got some travelers going on, let's do that too. Okay. Let's call him in if you got some travelers coming or going. Now, Michael loves to help us find peace. Now, Michael is a beautiful force that really helps us release negative energy and helps us see negative energy coming and stepping aside. Okay. So this is where we ask for Archangel to help us with any of our clearing that we need to have. So we, remove my judgments from what I expect from others and help me see that they're doing the best they can, and help me relieve my expectations about life and how I want it to be. And let me find the gratitude in where I'm at. Help me relieve me of those negativities. So those are some angels. I know that Uriel is amazing as well. I like Uriel. Definitely, we're all around the weather these days. So, Uriel can guide us in weather challenges, right? We just invite that, beautiful ray of Uriel to come in and just guide us on how to care for ourselves during those storms, but also gives us, because, Uriel is the god of, works with the god of light, like with light. So if you're in a place where you're in a career change, you can ask Uriel to guide you with a path forward, right? Path forward. And finally, just remembering that in the truest, sense of our world, what makes up our world? People, places, and things. And this is a month of people, places, and things. This is where old family members call us, in-laws call us, estranged children call us, or they don't, which means they're estranged. And so can you find healing with estranged children, right? And how do you do that? You begin to visualize their beautiful soul and send them your thoughts, your loves, your disappointments, and just see them as the spirit that they are. Let them know that you would love to connect with them again. These are the things that we begin to use that connection with spirit to transform. This is, remember, we get the 5 energy that allows us to transform something from pain to peace, right? This is where we can find a way within ourselves by month's end, whatever you're working through now in your physical realm, inviting your angels to come in and work with you so that you See yourself as a loving and valuable and important spiritual being, and getting your needs met is important. And then while you're doing that, that you shift from obligation or dysfunction, and you come from a place, I love myself regardless of my mistakes. I want to love and give with a happy heart. Think about the key energy here is kindness. Kindness, kindness to yourself, kindness to others, and beginning to allow yourself that to embrace love as a power and not something you just feel occasionally. Let that be your source from your soul, wants to give you that power of love from your source so that you can begin to achieve happier relationships, happier self-esteem, that you can begin to plan to travel and see family and friends and do that in a way that you love to see them and the experiences that you get to have with them, and not out of obligation, right? And so as you kind of let this energy set this month, I hope you have found some pieces of this helpful, because when we begin to look at things instinctively and proactively, we're spiritual beings, which will give us the instincts. It's kind of pointing us in the right direction of love and peace. But sometimes we're afraid to take those actions because we're afraid of the outcome. And so because we don't listen, sometimes we have a medical issue. So I would just say, listen to your body. What is it telling you if something's out of balance? And what can you do to improve getting your needs met in a healthy way? Where can you feel more at home in your life? Remember, home is like sanctuary and peace. In working with the spirit realm, where can you feel closer and feeling empowered with working with angels and inviting them in your life? Because they typically don't come without permission. So you got to open, and even though you can't feel them and see them the same way, just invoking their beautiful energy and opening up can bring great comfort and direction. And the bigger goal of this month is to give with a happy heart with yourself and to others, to let go of dysfunction, to find balance in giving and receiving. And you can use those values of kindness and love and compassion and empathy as humans, that we're all doing the best we can, and choosing to release those judgments about yourself and others so you can allow yourself to love with a happy heart. The truth is, in my world, I work with a lot of people that have lost loved ones. And what I know is sometimes passings happen without warning, and we don't get an opportunity to say the things that we want to say on this side, or we put stuff off. And so if it's about relationships, if you've had a problem with relationships, I'm going to encourage you to come from a place of love and figure out how to enjoy and bring love into that relationship, whether it be yourself or others, right? Where you can have that compassion for yourself and others. And where can you have healthy boundaries? If it is one of those situations where it is truly dysfunctional and you're not in a place that you can really leave that relationship, but you have to do it better, asking for the courage to set healthy boundaries and getting professional support from a counselor can be very powerful in helping with relationships. Even if it doesn't mean you have to go to a counselor forever, but they have skills that can guide you. And I can tell you that in my life, I have worked with counselors in improving relationships, because that's the sort of the channel that Spirit brought me to help me be better in relationships, so that I'm more at peace and I have more fulfilling relationships, right? And so what I didn't know, somebody helped me learn, and being open to learn and to look at things differently. This is a month that asks for you to change that is out of balance in your home, your family, and your relationships. Okay. And if you can take that with a relief, yes, this is my time. I don't have to wonder if this is the right time anymore. This is where you go, then we can call on the angels like, oh, I'm scared. I need to say this. I need to do this. I need to let go of this job. I need to, I need to look at, I'm not going to work, at work and then 10, 4 hours at home at night. This is where I'm going to really make time for my love relationship and not let my workaholism, not hide off in work because I don't know what to do with my relationship. My goal is I want to improve my relationships. And most of all, what is your level of self-love and acceptance? And what I'll say is there might be there's a little test that you can ask yourself if you want to see where your development is. Let's say you disappointed somebody. How hard does that hit you? Let's say you failed at something. How hard does that hit you? Are you able to take that with grace and say, oh, you know what? Instead of beat yourself up for days and weeks and months, where you have made mistakes, are you willing to love yourself and say, you know what? I did the best I could. I'm going to do it different next time. Just check where you are with your own balance in your body, your mind, and your spirit. If you're dealing with grief, it's definitely a great time to work with your loved ones in the spirit realm and heal those relationships. Lord knows I have, and they have showed me signs that they are with them, you see. So I hope to see you. Thank you again for being a member in my community and in my Solutions of Spirit free community. I got a surprise. I just want you to write this down. October 18th, 19th, and 20th. 18th, 19th, and 20th. Write it down. Here in little Hurst, Texas, the Fort Worth, it's a suburban Dallas-Fort Worth area, short ride from the airport, I'm doing a spiritual immersion weekend. Yes, Friday, we're going to do healing. Saturday, we're going to connect to the spirit realm. Sunday, we got surprises. Registration will open up to everyone at the end of this month. So go ahead, spiritual immersion weekend, come and work with me for the weekend, work with like-minded people. We're going to have a great time, and I'll share more about it with you in my email. All right. And in my Facebook group. So I hope you're doing well. I love to hear your feedback on your inspiration, the insights for this month, and let you know that I love and support you in all that you do. And I pray that you too love and support you in all you do. And so it is. Bye for now.